What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Reformed Reader, the channel where we review different forms of media through the lens of a Christian who is under the authority of the scriptures. My name is Josh, and today we're going to be doing our weekly update. So let's just jump right into a life update. So for starters, I had an absolute crazy week at work. So just to give you some context, most of you guys know what I do. I'm a bridge inspector, and on average, we do one bridge a day. We inspect one bridge a day, and Monday we did 8. Whoa! So for any of you that live in Alabama, we use your tax dollars well on Monday. Can't say for the rest of the days of the week, but Monday we were slammed, and we were pretty slammed all week. I think on average, we did like 4 or 5 bridges a day, every day this week. So it was a crazy busy week at work, which is why I only posted one video this week. I know, typically I'll do my book review on Wednesday, and then I'll drop, something else on Friday, and then I'll do my weekly updates on Sunday. Man, my week was just so busy that the video that I wanted to do, my voice wouldn't hold up to it, and my wife's wouldn't. So I was going to have to shift gears. And then we were just exhausted. Like even my reading time after we put our kids to bed, the amount of time that I would read, I normally read from like 8:30 to 11. It's normally not actually 8:30 because my kids keep getting up. And for those of you that know, so it's normally between 9 and 11. And I kept finding myself falling asleep at like 10:15. And so I was just drained. So that's why I only put out one video this week. I do plan to put out 2 this week. It's just life has hit me recently. So, anyway, on top of that, for Valentine's Day, my wife and I have never done Valentine's Day. That's her choice, by the way, and it's not me just saying that. She actively is not really a fan of Valentine's Day. She doesn't really see a point in it. And so when we had our kids, and we have one son and one daughter, I just wanted to do something, special. So what we do is that I will take my daughter out and we'll do something, and my wife will take my son and do something. So my daughter is my Valentine and my son is my wife's. It's great. It's great to have like a daddy-daughter date night. It's also great for my son and my wife. So I had a ton of fun with my little girl. She wanted to go, she's not hard to please. So she wanted to go eat some Chinese food and do a little bit of shopping and looking around. And so that's what we did. And we had a fantastic time, but, it was a pretty good week, but it was super busy, and I'm kind of glad that it's behind me. So this leads me into, what did I read? So as you guys know, I have been reading Malice by John Gwynne and 12 Months by Jim Butcher, which is the next Dresden book. I'm still reading those because I had such a crazy week at work and my reading time was really diminished this week. Unfortunately, I did not get either one of those finished. I am over halfway on both of those, and they are fantastic. So pretty much everything I said last week holds over to this week. Had a great time with both of those. However, I do have an additional entry, which is that A.M. Wiley sent me an arc of his new book, which is Fang Gloria. So this is a vampire story that is essentially a sequel to his book, The Heart Taker. I say essentially, it's kind of a sequel, but kind of not. We do follow a couple of the same characters, and it's this ragtag crew known now as the Night Stalker crew, and who solve these like supernatural mysteries. So think Scooby-Doo meets X-Files meets Stranger Things. You have sort of this ragtag group that is solving these supernatural things. So in book 1, there was a particular creature that they were trying to defeat, and it sort of launched them into this new career of hunting down monsters, or trying to, maybe not hunting them down, but trying to solve supernatural things that are taking place. And so with Fangloria, obviously, we're dealing with vampires. And so he sent this out, I think it was Wednesday or something like that. And the book comes out March 18th. Obviously, I wanted to get this out before the release, and I had plenty of time. His books are typically pretty short, and I knew this one was going to be no different. But I had been reading Malice. It's extremely epic. It's this really vast world, magic system, and story with multiple POVs. And 12 Months, you're sort of like belly crawling through the trenches of trauma with Harry right now. So I needed something just a little different. And I was like, you know what? I always have a good time with Mr. Wiley's books. So I'm going to go ahead and just start it and see where it takes me. And I'm recording this Saturday, and this was last night. So I knew it was going to be very vampire-esque. I knew some of his influences for writing it, like Fright Night, Lost Boys, those kind of things. And so I was like, you know what? There's a particular song in the movie Lost Boys, which is, I think it's called Cry Little Sister. I can't remember who wrote it, but I was like, let's see if I can find some Lost Boys ambience, because you guys know I love to listen to some sort of ambient music or something. I like to listen to something while I'm reading, and it almost serves as a soundtrack for whatever it is I'm reading. It really pulls me into the story. But what I don't like to do is I don't listen to music that has lyrics, because it's distracting. I like to listen to something that's instrumental, a little ethereal, a little ambient in the background. So that way I'm not distracted from reading, but it just enhances my reading. So I was like, okay, I found a video, and I'll try to link it in the description. And I read the first chapter of this book, and you guys, this is one of the best chapter ones that I have ever read. And I am not just trying to dote on Mr. Wiley. I'm not just showering him with praises and admonishments. It was so good. It was exactly what I was hoping it was going to be. It's very Stranger Things meets Lost Boys, in my opinion. But I'll tell you, and he warned me up front, that this is the most adult of his books so far, but it is also the most overtly Christian. I can certainly see how it is the most adult, because not as in like there's like sexual content, but it's written for adults. It's not written for young readers. And that first chapter was horrific. It was so horrific. It was so good though. Man, it was so good. It was like, in my opinion, I think it was a flawless chapter one. It was so good. And to have that music playing, this creepy, almost like droning little girl singing the song almost as like a creepy lullaby in the background. Oh my goodness. It was so good. It was just, yeah. So I flew through, I think 4 or 5 chapters last night. I plan to finish this probably today or tomorrow. Man, this book it's so good. It is so, so good. Now, what's great about this book is that you don't have to have read the first book to read it. It's almost like, another case. Similar to Dresden Files, except for I will say it's not as big of a sequel as the Dresden books. So you could read it as a standalone if you wanted to. You get enough context with your characters and things, with them just discussing some things that happened in book 1 without having to read it. I still say read book 1, just because how good it was. But man, this book so far, it is so stinking good. It is so good. Super creepy. So if you're looking for a good vampire book that brings the nostalgia of Lost Boys and Stranger Things and Fright Night, those kind of things, I will say look no further and be on the lookout for when this drops on March 18th, because it is fantastic. So this leads me into what am I going to read? Obviously, I'm going to finish up Fangloria, and then I'm going to jump back into Malice and 12 Months. I hope to finish one of those other books sometime this week. I think I will. I'll have more time to read this week, so I think I'll be able to finish. I might be able to finish 3 books this coming week if I include Fangloria. So yeah, that's really all I have on the docket. If I can finish all 3 of those, that would be crazy, but maybe. I really hope so. So now let's look at what is coming up on the channel. For starters, on Wednesday, I will finally be dropping my Sun Eater review, my Shadows Upon Time review. I will be recording this probably as you guys are watching this on Sunday. That way it'll give me plenty of time to edit it and make sure that I convey all of my thoughts and opinions, because there's a lot there. And then on Friday, I'm going to be dropping another 10 tips video, I guess is what you call it. 10 things. Really, it's 10 more things that I learned about being on BookTube. This is going to be a little bit less of what I presented in the other video, and this is going to be more of like tips and pointers or things that I wish I knew before I started. And so that's going to drop Friday. And then obviously I'll have my weekly update on Sunday. The following week, I will be doing the challenge with my bride. We weren't able to get to it this week just because both of our voices have been gone. We've both been exhausted. So I'll be doing that. I'll probably be recording that this week, and it will be live next Friday. Looks like a decent week, a pretty busy week. Hopefully you guys have been anticipating that Shadows Upon Time review because I have a lot of thoughts on it. So now let's jump into our giveaway winner. So our giveaway winner for the month of January was Micah Bumps 4375. So I'll have your name somewhere right here. I'll have you tagged in the video. If you will, just send me an email over at thereformedreaderbooks@gmail.com. Let me know you're the winner. I'll get some quick information from you, and I'll ship out name of the win to you probably sometime very soon this week in the next day or two. So yeah, just shoot me an email. Let me know. Guys, if you're interested in winning a book in the giveaway, just be tuned in and watch my monthly wrap-ups because I do them every month, just as a small thank you for those of you who have been such a big support for this channel. So thank you so much. And the last little point that I want to touch on is please remember the date for the viewer submissions. I have yet to receive any at the time of recording this, but I would love to hear from you guys. So the viewer submissions, the deadline for that is going to be Friday, February 27th. So at the end of the day, Friday, at the day before the end of the month, please have those into me so that way I can download them or review them or whatever I need to do on Saturday so that I can record my monthly wrap up, which will air March 1st, I guess. So rather than do a weekly update, I'll do my monthly wrap up on March 1st. And so I would love to hear from you guys, whether it be a video entry, which are fantastic, an audio file, like just, a voice memo or something, or even just an emailed question. I'm game for any and all of those. So I'm more than happy and willing to let you guys show off your bookshelf. Maybe you're excited about a book that you picked up. Maybe there's a book that you want to talk about that you want other people to put on their radar, or maybe you just have a question about the channel or for me personally. I'm happy to answer any of those and would love to hear from you guys. So please have those in by Friday, February 27th. Can't wait to hear from you guys. So guys, that was the week that was. It was very busy, very hectic. As you guys can tell, I'm slowly getting my voice back. So yay me. Looking forward to being able to record more videos, get back in the swing of things, get back on track and consistent with 2 videos a week plus the weekly update. Excited to be able to dive into more things with you guys. So how was your week this week? I've had an interesting week, but other than that, how was your week? Let me know down in the comment section below. What are you reading? Are you excited about any of these books that I mentioned? Again, I love talking to you guys. So please leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.